Young birds. See, I like when you come around. Make you come and be my queen. Oh. Make you move that thing, bring it down. Make you move that thing, bring it down. See, I like when you come around. Make you come and be my queen.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is SincerelyOghosa. If you haven't come across my channel before, I upload beauty, lifestyle, and straight talking videos. Today's video is going to be about my hair, and if I'm honest, the way I'm feeling about the colour of this frontal. Don't worry, you don't even have to comment, because I know, like, it was weird because the mirror tells you yes, and then the camera tells you no. Like the colour of this frontal, I don't know, I'm not sure. Like, see, why does it look like that? Like, I used Rit dye to tint the frontal, and it came out green. I don't know why. It literally came out like a greeny mustard colour. That's not normal. Ivy told me use tan. Ivy, I used tan. It didn't work. So now I'm going to try and use tea instead. I have done another video on customizing frontals before. I'm getting a lot of videos. I'm getting a lot of emails about that frontal customization video. If you haven't seen it or do need advice or tips from it, I will leave it in the description box. But I was getting a lot of emails. And I was like, I'm not a hairdresser, and people were asking me to customize their frontal. I was like, that was literally the first frontal I've ever customized in my life. Like, I don't want to, like, hands up, like, I can't customize your frontal for you. It would be too scary. What if I mess it up? So I was really lucky that I actually came across an app, because people always, not in a bad way, I do like it, but people always ask me about my hair, and there's just some tips that that obviously I'll show you in the video, but it can be quite time consuming, and I understand not everyone has the patience to, like, be plucking their hair or be, like, highlighting their hair for hours on end. And I found this really cool app called Tress app, and it's actually black owned, and you know, we have to all be about that black owned lifestyle, like buy black. So this app is actually free to download. I have it on my iPhone, and it's basically an app for hair, basically all things hair. So when you go onto the app, it actually asks you what the type of hair you have. So my hair is relaxed, but if you have natural hair, you can just put that in instead. And then it's got a section called tips, and under the tips section there's loads of tips on, like, how to grow your edges back, how to retain length, and then there's also a video section which has, like, tutorials on, like, wash and go and stuff. And the great thing about the app is you can actually find hair salons close to you that can do your frontal or do your weave, and you can check the reviews to see if, you know, they're capable to do it, and you can see pictures of other customers and see how their hair looks and stuff. That was really cool, and I thought that would be helpful for you guys, just in case there's some things with hair that you just feel like you don't have the time to do, or you're just not experienced enough to do. So yeah, I will leave it below, and I also have an account on there, so please do follow me. Now, without further ado, I'm gonna get straight into this tutorial about this hair colour. So this is the hair when I first received it. It was very, very shiny, very silky. The ends were really, really healthy as well. I was very happy with it. However, as you can see along this tutorial, it took 2 dye jobs for it to actually get to a brown colour, so it doesn't take bleach very, very well. It did take ages to bleach. In terms of tangling, it doesn't tangle. It's quite soft even after processing, so I'm very happy with it. The links to the hair will be below. So to start bleaching and lifting the colour from your hair, you're going to need some powder bleach and some 40 volume developer. These are the ones I got from Pack Cosmetics. You also need some purple hair dye, and that will take away a lot of the brassy orange tones from the hair as the hair is being lifted. Now I'm using a 1:1 ratio, so equal amounts of the powder bleach and also of the developer, and I added about a tablespoon of that purple hair dye, and I'm mixing everything together. Now I'm applying it to the hair that's stretched out on my table, and I'm just using the brush strokes to make it quite natural at the top, so you make sure you feather the brush at the top of the hair so that it's kind of like ombre and natural in the way it looks. And I'm just going to cover all of the hair with that dye, sorry, not with the dye, with the bleach. And what I did was I left the hair to process with this for about 45 minutes, and I first left the bleach on one side of the hair for 10 minutes, and then after 10 or 15 minutes I turned it over to the second side of the hair, and what that did was it meant that it gives the hair some highlights and some lowlights because you've applied bleach to one side of the weft before the other side. And then once that's all done, I left it, as I said, for about 45 minutes to process. Remember to do this on a strand of hair first, so you've got a strand test, and so you know how well the powder bleach and the developer work together on your hair, and you know how long it takes to get to a certain colour as well. Now, I did the exact same thing to the frontal as well. So as you can see, I'm just applying the bleach to the hair, as I said, in the same feathered stroked motions so that it looks really natural. And once again, I left this to process on the frontal for about 45 minutes. Now, after I've washed out the bleach and shampooed it, I dried the hair, and I then went on to do the balayage method. Now, the balayage method is taking sections of the hair and applying the bleach in a thin stroke to the left and the right side of the hair. So as you can see, on just one strand at the far right side, I'm applying the bleach, and then I've done that as well to the far left side, and then in the middle of the hair I've applied the bleach as well, and it should be done in a W motion, and I'll show you how that looks in a little while. So as you can see, applying a thin stroke with the bleach, and then another thin stroke to the other side, making sure that you use foil to help the hair process quicker. Now, my aim was to get the hair to a nice kind of dark blonde kind of colour, and after 45 minutes it started to get there. You do exactly the same method with sections of the frontal. And as you can see, this is the W motion that I'm talking about. So after that, you wash the hair and allow it to dry, and then it's time to tone the hair to get rid of those brassy tones. I'm going to be using 6 tablespoons of conditioner and 1 teaspoon of purple hair dye. You mix that together and apply it to hair when it's dry. Now you can see that hasn't been toned, but the hair next to it on the left has been toned, and you can see how much more cool and ashy it looks. I did well.
Make you move that thing, bring it on. Make you move that thing, bring it down. Oh. Hey mommy, you bring it down. The way you move that body, girl.
Thank you guys so much for watching the tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it was easy to understand. If you do have any questions, please do leave them below. In terms of the Tress app, I will leave their link down below to download it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please do make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.